Welcome to Daytona Beach, Florida, home to America's premier muscle car showroom, Hankster's Hot Rods, where we own and house anywhere from 65 to 80 vehicles at any given time. If you are watching the vehicle we are about to present to you today on any other advertisement other than Hankster's website, which is hanksters.com, please be sure to visit our website so you can determine whether this is in fact a current vehicle that we have for sale. If you are watching this on YouTube, on classiccars.com, on Hemmings, this vehicle may no longer be available for sale. We own all of our cars, so you're dealing directly with the seller. There are no third parties involved. We are not a consignment dealership. We welcome all of you to visit Hankster's Hot Rods to look at the vehicle you might be purchasing. We encourage all of our buyers to come in person. Daytona Beach is a great tourist destination. There's a lot to do here. It's a fun 2-3 day trip, maybe even a week-long trip. Come check out our cars for yourself. Check out underneath. We'll take it on a test drive. Have some fun. Hanksters.com, and if you want to reach us by phone, it's 386-944-9219. Enjoy today's presentation.
This is the engine bay of a 1974 Ford Bronco. Hardtop guy. This thing is a very desirable piece in today's market. This guy has, I got to state this first, it is a complete long block replacement engine out of the late 80s. It's a 302 Ford, a complete rebuild from top to bottom. Has said Ford Motorsport valve pan covers on it, a brand new 600 Hawley vacuum secondary carburetor, chrome air cleaner on it, HEI distributor. Does have a newer air conditioning compressor off of a newer late model Ford in it. Does have power steering. It has power brakes on it, dual stage master cylinder, all new brake lines on it. Check this out, a billet aluminum hold down for the new battery that's in it, all new cables and associated hardware with that. An overflow bottle for the radiator, which by the way is a new replacement radiator in this guy too. Instead of a mechanical fan, we have an electric fan. Looks that, I'm just going to be a guess now, but I'm going to say about 17 inches in diameter. A high flow electric fan on the back of this guy. The correct style hoses top and bottom, and they also are all new. The air conditioning lines are also new and hooked up to the passenger compartment. In addition to that, you have your heat lines too, so if it goes to a northern state, you definitely have the option to use the heat as well as the air conditioning. New condenser in the front of it. The core support you can see is non-disrupted. It's never been bent up or twisted up or had any trauma whatsoever. It has a little oil cooler here. I'm going to assume that's for the transmission. Washer bottle for the windshield, and it does have the lines going up to it and the squirters in the hood itself. Geez, oh man, everything on this engine compartment is just as fresh and clean and nice and new as you could ever hope for. Even the master cylinder is brand spanking new. You can see it's just been recently replaced. Has a fiberglass hood on it, which you'll see shortly here. It has the struts on it instead of having to mess with this cable, or not cable thing, prop rod that holds the hood up in place. Nice engine compartment. These things made very substantial horsepower, certainly more than enough to push this guy along as fast as you want it to go. Does have a set of cast iron exhaust manifolds that go into a conventional exhaust system. And again, because this is a complete new rebuild long block, there are absolutely no leaks whatsoever present in the engine at this time. So we're going to go around the rest of it and show you what we can. Okay, we're going to present a 1974 Ford Bronco. This guy's a hardtop. Silver with black accents, as you can see. Really nice addition here. It's like a carbon fiber material that's covering the scoop area on this guy. Really a lot of character to it. Really looks great. The hood fitment is very nice. The paint is above a driver quality, or at least the driver quality paint job on the vehicle. Hood pins associated with the hold down of the hood. These are not open. They're just carbon fiber covered also. Again, look at the hood where it fits to the fender and up to the base of the windshield. Just as nice and fresh as you could possibly get. The grille itself is aluminum, of course, and there's no dents or marks or dings or anything. Ford designation across the front, really nice and clean. Headlight bezels, nice and shiny, both of them. Absolutely no deterioration. Chrome on the bumper is as nice as you could ever hope to find on any car. It's very, very nice, and nice linearity with the bumper placement. Also, I just noticed it has a set of high-intensity headlights on it also. Great looking front end of the car. It has a lot of character in the front of it, especially with that hood scoop. Gives it a nice dramatic look. The stripe down the side is the stainless steel with a black inset on it. It really has some nice look to it, and it runs the entire length of the vehicle. Front side marker light is nice and clear. It looks like about a set of 15-inch wheels on it. They're not a set of huge wheels and tires. Lockout hubs in the front. Ford Bronco designation, because that's what this guy is. The hinges, the door alignment, everything is nice. You can see everything around the windshield. The windshield itself is I'm going to say it's a brand new one. It's a new replacement, at least, because there's no wipe marks at anything on it. I mean, it's just as nice as can be. The glass is clear glass from what I can see in its entirety, the windshield, side windows, and the back. It does have wipers on them that hopefully are functional. We'll find out once we get inside. But they appear to be the correct wiper arms and blades that came with this guy. Trim around the wing area is really, really nice. Rectangular Ford mirror, correct for that era. Trim around the doors, really nice. Wipes, whiskers, nice and fresh. No deterioration on the door handles. And look at the gaps, again, front and back. Really, really nice. And these vehicles generally do not fit together very well. The fitment of these cars was terrible back in the day. But look how solid this guy is. Everything around it, your door panels, on the outside door panels, nice. There's no deterioration or no indication of any work being done on them. The door panels on the inside, nice and correct style and clean, molded armrests. Window actuator, nice and clean as can be. Door handle the same way. Carpeting on the inside is black, obviously. Gauge cluster looks correct. It has a tilt wheel in it. I just noticed that. How about that? The front seats are bucket, correct for the type of vehicle it is, but they're silver. The back one itself is, and it has the correct armrest on it, and it's black. So I don't know whether it was done intentionally or it kind of makes it look a little sporty. You kind of notice the front seats, but you really don't notice the back one. The headliner is nice and clean on it. It's still just the original top. Does have the sun visors on it, the wooden wheel, which we'll get to that in the inside also. Door sills themselves, everything is nice and clean. In your hinge area, the door inside, your steps and everything, and the door latches, everything is really nice and clean in it. Nothing's been oversprayed. Very nicely done. Door actually closes really nice, and again, look how nice it fits. And this actually stripe down the side is really nice. Single tank. The wheels are a really good looking set of 6-spoke wheel. They're a 6-spoke design with a standard set of tires on them, and you'll see the wheel size and tire size. Donnie will have that listed up in the spec sheet. Just a nice looking car down the sides, very straight, very nice. The paint's obviously, driver quality are a little bit better. The roof is like a bed liner coating on it, kind of a rough finish coating. Trim around the side window, which I neglected to mention, is really, really nice too. There's no deterioration or dents or marks or anything on the trim. And the same thing goes for the back, around this back gate, this window. And again, you can see in the back, look how nice everything lines up, both sides. Ford designation in the back, nice chrome on the bumper in the back to coincide with the one in the front. These are usually deteriorated on these Broncos. These are not. They're anodized aluminum, and they're just as fresh and clean as they could be as when they were new. Again, our accent stripe across the back. This handle is also usually deteriorated. This one is absolutely brand new. No patina whatsoever on it. Absolutely none. Okay, going down the passenger side, we got about the same thing we looked at on the driver's side. I like this accent stripe on here. It really gives it a good bit of pop to it. You know, it kind of breaks up the big wide side on these vehicles. It has a nice look to it. And again, look at the trim around the window. Absolutely no deterioration or no dings or marks or anything whatsoever on it. This door, look at the gap on it, front and back. Really as nice as you can possibly get. Door handle, no patina whatsoever. And Devin will give you a little better shot from the passenger side here. You can see the padded dash, how nicely it looks. It's just a real nice looking dashboard in the car. Does not have a radio. We're going to get into that in a minute here too. It does have a roll bar looking at it into the back of the car. And it's a full roll bar. It goes the whole way to the back of the car instead of just being a triangulated part right behind the seat. And this door panel is the same way as the other one. You can see the finish of the car is really nice. It really came out nice. Again, everything closes and lines up as it should. Mirror on the side, right-hand side. Correct style antenna that goes up across it. Telescoping antenna. Again, look at the gap on this guy, huh? Ford Bronco. Side marker lamps. This stripe is just, I would really like the way that looks, and it is just laser straight. There's not a deviation going down the side of this vehicle at all. This is a nice vehicle, and we're back where we started our presentation. These are really neat vehicles. Everybody's going bonkers over these things right now. They're really, really popular. Ford is supposed to have a re-release of this model sometime, I guess, in 2021, which will probably make the price of these go totally insane. They're already up there, but it'll really make them in the stratosphere. So now would be the time to look at one of these and buy it. This vehicle is very nice color combination. It's like a pewter silver color, black accents on it everywhere. It has silver front bucket seats in it. It has a great looking set of polished outer rim wheels, a 6-spoke design, the chrome, the grille, all the accents on this thing, all the software, the doors on the inside, the actuators, everything is spot on. It can't be any nicer. Plus, you have a complete long block engine with no miles on it. This guy, other than having us running it around town here, that's the only time that it has on it right now. We did an engine replacement in this vehicle, so you're getting a fresh motor in the vehicle. It's going to be just like it was when it was new, hopefully. We're going to do the rest of this and show you what we can on it, but what we really, really would like is if you come down to Daytona and drive the vehicle and look at it in person. That way you know exactly what you're doing. But we are going to do a presentation for the remainder of it. Devin's going to put everything up, compiled on our website, so you can see exactly what you buy at Hanksters in Daytona Beach. Okay, this is the underside of a first-generation Bronco. A really desirable car at this part of time. Truck, SUV, whatever you want to call it. You can see there's new ball joints in the front, and by the way, they do have a urethane type of bushing on them. New heavy-duty gas shocks in the front, new springs in the front. I don't know if you can see it, Devin will show you a picture of it. There is a steering stabilizer here on the front suspension too that these guys definitely need, especially if you put some larger tires on them. It has drum brakes in the front, which somehow manages, it does have drums instead of discs, but somehow for, I don't know how many years now, from 1974, they managed to stop this thing somehow. The frame itself is very, very clean, very nice. The engine is new. We did put a replacement engine in this, and it is not just out of a junkyard. It is a complete rebuild, new engine in this car, top to bottom. It was a long block. Transmission, you can see, has a new modulator valve on it. No leaks in the front differential. No leaks on the transfer case. Again, drum brakes in the front. The fender wells themselves are all nice and original and nice and great condition. There's no marks, jack marks, or anything on them. Same thing goes with the floor pans. They're not disrupted in any way. Absolutely none. The frame, excellent condition. It doesn't have any scale on it, none whatsoever. Brake lines, fuel lines, everything going toward the back. You can see everything attached to the inside part of the full perimeter frame on it. The exhaust manifolds are cast iron, then they go into, I'm going to call these 1 3/4, and then they go into, I'm going to call these 2 1/8 primary pipes that go back into 2 resonators that terminate into a couple of tail pipes that go out through the sides, which you'll see here shortly. But again, take a look at the floor pans on this thing. They're really in great condition. There's not any indication of any deterioration whatsoever. Really nice curvature to the leaf spring suspension that's in the back of this. You can see that it's got a nice strong set of leaves on it. Also has a set of heavy duty shocks to match the ones in the front. It does have a park brake hooked up and functional on this guy. New U-bolts on the rear differential. The springs have been replaced. You can see that. That's why the bolts are new. Drum brakes in the rear to match the drums in the front. Skid plate on the gas tank. The gas tank is an original gas tank. You can see the strap is still original, and also the padding on it. Inside the fenders, front and rear, there is absolutely no deterioration. You can see that there's no rust whatsoever on the fender lips. And maybe Devin will get some better pictures here to show you that there's absolutely no deterioration whatsoever. This is a really nice Bronco underneath. It presents itself very well. Also, brand new set of sneakers on it too. Nice set of nice round of rubber on it. 9-inch Ford in the back here, heavy duty rear end that they used in these guys. And again, a dual exhaust system, no leaks on the engine at this point in time anyway. And a real nice heavy duty suspension to coincide with the theme of the vehicle. It's an off-road vehicle that you can use for an everyday driver or a sport utility vehicle. It's a great investment at this point in time, and we have one here at Hankster, so take a look at it. It's a nice vehicle. Okay, this is our first generation Bronco, 1974. Really nice car. Everything on the car has been refurbished. It's got a brand new dash pad on it, new engine underneath the hood. It does have a nice fiberglass scooped hood on it. Functional too, by the way. Aftermarket wooden steering wheel, and check this out. It has a tilt wheel in it. Gauges are all functioning as they should. We got amp, we got oil pressure, we got temp, and we got fuel. And Jeff's given us about a half a tank of fuel here to use. Wipers. Where are they? Wipers. Wipers functioning as they should. Okay, air conditioning. How about this? Yeah, definitely blowing. You can hear the compressor kicking on, and it definitely is blowing cold. Cold air conditioning in Florida on a 150-degree day. We need that. Definitely need that. Okay, mirrors both sides. The interior is very nice in it. It has like a bed liner type material on the inside of the hardtop that's on it. Sun visors are nicely padded and new. Locks over the wipers, nice and new. The mirror has absolutely no milkiness whatsoever. It's also a day-night mirror. And it has power steering and power brakes. It does not have a radio, so you're going to have to hum, I guess. But we're going to go for a ride and see what this guy runs like. It does have turn signal, is not functioning in the dashboard, but I'm sure it's going to function on the outside. Let's try that one now. It's not functioning either inside of that. So both turn signals need to be addressed to see if we can get them working for you. Okay, going down the road here, let's see if we can let go of the steering wheel and see if it goes straight. Yeah, it's kind of going straight, pretty good. Let's try no hands on the steering wheel, brakes. Stops just as straight and nice as can be. Tight vehicle. It doesn't shake, rattle, or squeak anywhere. The engine sounds real nice and strong, and the air conditioning blows icicles. I mean, it is very, very cold. You can see that the speedometer is working. I don't know, it's probably fairly correct. We're going somewhere over 40 miles an hour here. And just a nice vehicle. It's a nice representation of a first-generation Bronco. Great color combination, silver and black. And silver black interior in it too. It does have a rear seat with it. It's a nice car. Car runs and shifts. Shifts nice. It's fairly smooth shift to it. It's only a 3-speed transmission. Nice run car. Nice sound to it, not objectionably loud. I thought it would be a lot louder than it is because it just has 2 resonators on it, no big huge oval mufflers, and it's actually fairly manageable. Also the seal, they have a problem with these, the seal of the rear gate on these things. If you don't have a seal that is sealed 100%, you'll get a lot of exhaust fumes in. This one has none, absolutely no exhaust smell whatsoever in this vehicle. So it's a nice usable Ford Bronco.